Welcome to another RSR. Tonight I'm reviewing Chelsea 4, KAA Gent 2 in the UEFA Conference League 2024-25 league phase. Match 1, Chelsea wins, opening up their Conference League proper record with a win. They get 3 points. They're sitting in the top 8 of the table early on. The bye to the round of 16. 5 more matches to go. Next one against Panathinaikos of Greece, in Greece. But Chelsea start well. And yes, I'm covering every game of this tournament till they're eliminated for Chelsea, then the final. Or if they're there, then everything. Should be. They look like favorites. I will say they look like favorites in this tournament. They rotate. They don't play Sancho. They don't play Palmer. They have a little bit of a rotated squad until January. And they look just fine. They look absolutely just fine. They're playing so well. They are playing so well right now. Yeah, they allowed a couple of goals against the run of play. 2 good goals by Gent. But Chelsea scored 4. They should have scored more. They should have scored 5 or 6 goals. This team, maybe even 7, this team was a bit unlucky. They should have scored more. They were the dominant side. They held most of the possession. They played the ball forward very well. Gent did defend to a certain extent, but I think a lot of them were just misses. Dewsbury Hall, 2 bad misses. Mudryk with a bad miss, but had a good assist. This game was definitely Chelsea dominated it. They wanted to make a statement. They were at Stamford Bridge. They wanted to make a statement, and I think they did. Personally, I think they did. Most players, I thought, looked pretty good. Cassidy looked a bit lightweight. I think in the midfield, he looked a bit lightweight. Mudryk actually had good moments, which I'm shocked. Assist. Dewsbury Hall, not too fond of, really. I don't think he was great. He had a goal, but I don't think he was great. And Nkunku, amazing. Christopher Nkunku was amazing. Probably the biggest player on that squad, the rotated conference squad. Him or João Felix. Felix looked good, had his moments, but for me, Christopher Nkunku looked a class above. He looked a class above. As long as he's playing, at least for these 6 games, we'll be fine. He looked a class above. Amazing by Christopher Nkunku. Class above. Should have had more than 1 goal. But goals were scored as follows. 12th minute, Renato Veiga. Mykhailo Mudryk was such a beautiful cross. I was shocked that he could pull that out of his bag. He crosses the ball through, just lofts that thing up. It's in the air long enough for Renato Veiga to run onto it and head it into the net. 1-0 Chelsea. Beautiful, beautiful header by Veiga, but even more beautiful cross by Mykhailo Mudryk. Did he score the goal? No. Should we actually give him respect for this one? Yes. Yes. If he could just do that all the time, I'd be a lot happier with Mykhailo Mudryk. But as a backup on the wing in these games, he's definitely looking more like the guy we were promised, not the guy that we've seen for 2 years now. But what a cross. What a cross. If only he could score, but he didn't. Halftime, 1-0. Chelsea honestly should have been up 2 or 3 at the half. Gent was lucky to be down 1. Luckily, Chelsea did pull away, because if they didn't, there you go. Pedro Neto scores. Pedro Neto scores a goal. Takes the run in from the angle, just bangs it over the keeper into the net. A beautiful goal by Pedro Neto. 46th minute, 2-0. Amazing goal. He had a pretty good game himself, I think, personally. Pedro Neto, he showed some levels. I thought he looked pretty good tonight. This is what you want Chelsea's squad to be. Their squad's very big, but it's a very talented squad if they're playing their best. And Maresca has them playing the right way. That's the good news. Playing a way that helps these players who are more on the borderline have their moments and build confidence. I like the squad building under Maresca, and I like the fact that these players are getting a chance. It's not just Cole Palmer carrying this team through a whole league season, plus other cups. It's not Jadon Sancho carrying this team. Now, hopefully in the knockout stage, we get closer to that. They're going to be on the squad. Hopefully we get closer to that, especially the farther we get. But Gent does get one back. Tsuyoshi Watanabe scores a header. Ball's crossed in. He's played onside just barely as the ball's kicked off the foot. Watanabe with a beautiful thundering header. I was happy about it for him. That was a really good goal by Tsuyoshi Watanabe. Perfect header, 51st minute, 2-1. Nothing to complain about. Against the run of play. Barely onside, but a beautiful header. Christopher Nkunku scores. Ball's played through on the centering pass. And Nkunku runs onto it and just smashes it home. Blows up the balloon for good measure. 3-1. Christopher Nkunku with a goal. Beautiful, beautiful goal. And he is still a class above. He is a class above these players in Conference League. This is the Christopher we expected. He's played well this year since he came back from injury. But this is the Christopher we expected when we bought him and brought him to the club. Beautiful goal. 3-1. 69th minute. Kieran Dewsbury Hall takes a shot. It goes off the hand of the keeper and in. 4-1. Dewsbury Hall gets his goal. He did miss one in the first half. Hit it off the stanchion. I don't know how he pulled it that wide just to hit it off the stanchion when he had a pretty good shot the first half. But he does get his goal. Kieran Dewsbury Hall, the one that Maresca brought over from Leicester. And it works out for him. 4-1 on this night. Omri Gandelman gets the ball played to him in the 90th minute just before it ticks over into stoppage time. He takes a banger of a shot past Jorgensen. 4-2. Beautiful shot. Gent pulls within 2, but that's all that they would get. Full time, it's 4-2 for Chelsea. And even though it was 4-2, I don't think that scoreline really tells the story of the game. I think the stats do paint the picture a little bit better of 20 shots to 9, 5 shots on goal to 3, 70% possession to 30% possession, 768 passes to 317. 317 passes, 92% pass accuracy to 82%, 9 fouls to 7, 0 offside to 2, 1 yellow card to 1, 0 red cards to 0, 10 corners to 4. That tells a story much better of this game. Chelsea were the more dominant side. They should have won by 5, 6, or 7 goals. They should have scored 5, 6, or 7 goals. Both halves. They should have had multiple goals in the first half. They should have had more in the second. I don't think they pulled their foot off the gas pedal. I think they missed some they should have scored. Disasi with a bad miss. Late on. Dewsbury Hall with the aforementioned miss in the first half that he hit off the stanchion. The back goalpost. Mudryk had a bad miss. And Nkunku could have scored another. João Felix had a bad miss. I think everybody had a bad miss, frankly. At least anybody who got forward had a bad miss. Mark Yu didn't get a touch like that. No. I thought George looked good. I thought he looked good for the time he came on, but he didn't really have a big chance. But I thought he was running well on this game. But anybody who went forward, who got a touch and shot at goal, had a bad miss. Let's just be point blank on it. Chelsea should have scored way more. This game should have been done and dusted by the half, frankly. It wasn't, but by the 60th minute, it was. 69th minute, it was done and dusted, but it should have been done and dusted earlier. But they still won, still top 8 in the full league table of the Conference League. It's a good start. It's a good start, but I don't see how Chelsea's going to struggle during the league phase. Heidenheim, at this point, is the club I'm most worried about. Panathinaikos just drew today. Heidenheim played like crap, but still won. That's the club I'm most worried about. Other than that, Astana, I'm not worried about. Noah, do they have an arc? I'm not worried about them. I'm not worried about anybody, frankly, in this league phase at this point. Chelsea should finish with 18 points. If they don't finish with 16 points, I'm pissed, or more. 5 wins, 1 draw is the bare minimum. If they don't finish with 16 points, I'm pissed. Frankly. I'll give you room to throw 1 game away. I'll give you 15 points. I'll give you 1 possible loss. If that's against Heidenheim or Panathinaikos. Because it's not that I'm worried about Panathinaikos, but we're going away to Greece, and those atmospheres in Greece could really push a team to do better. I'm not really worried about what's on the pitch for them. I'm worried about the atmosphere. That's what I'm worried about for that game later this month. We'll be live for it. I'll review it. Don't worry. But I'll tell you that. I'm worried about that atmosphere. I could see them dropping a point there or losing because of that. But on the pitch, no. I'm not worried about what they have there. With that being said, I'm not worried about any team that could come out of this league phase. Chelsea should at least get 15 points. Plus. Anything less is a failure. And I really didn't want to say 15 points. I wanted to say 16, 5 wins, 1 draw. But I'll give them a possible loss. Anything less than 15 points is a failure for Chelsea in this tournament. Point blank, period. They need 15 points. I think they'll finish top 8 and go straight to the round of 16. If we know who we'd play through the knockout round playoffs, I may cover that tie. If it's a new round of 16 tie, draw tie, then I won't. But if it's a bracket from, I think it would be they play the playoffs, then draw the round of 16. So I don't think it'll be known who we play till after that knockout round playoff winner draw, round of 16 draw. If we make the top 8, if we play the knockout round playoffs, I'll be live for that. But I don't think that'll be the situation. There's not enough teams that could pick up the amount of points we should pick up. We should finish top 8. But we start 6th in the top 8. That's a good start. This Chelsea team, even with the rotation, even with taking out their stars till January and whatever they bring in as reinforcements till January, is definitely a easy, handleable situation, is my opinion. Chelsea should easily handle this group stage and handle what this is, frankly. And I'm very happy with this performance. I'm very happy with the performance. Chelsea's looking really good recently throughout all competitions. Enzo Maresca's having them play well. Really, the Servette loss in Servette and the Man City games were the bad moments this year. Other than that, they've been positive. I won't start screaming about a title challenge, but I will say they should very much easily walk through this competition. This certain competition they should walk through. League phase without Palmer and Sancho, knockouts with them. They should walk through it easily. If we lose it, it better be in the final. We should still win the final, but if we're going to lose this tournament, it better be the final. We should not be, Aston Villa? No. Especially without drop downs. But with that being said, I'm happy with the performance so far for Chelsea. It was a good game. I'm proud of them. Gent put up a fight. Chelsea should have won by more, but they dominated this game. They absolutely dominated this game. I'm proud of the way they played, and I'm starting to be proud to be a Chelsea fan again. I like what they're doing under Maresca throughout the whole season, but especially tonight. I like what they're doing. I believe in Enzo Maresca. I do. I do. So, what a win for Chelsea. I'm proud of them. What a performance. Should have won by more, but still top 8. So, it is what it is. They get the win. They get 3 points. Good start to the Conference League. They'll be back in this tournament late October the 26th, I think. We'll be live for that game against Panathinaikos, if that's what you're here for. Later tonight, I'll be live for Cavalier, Arnett Gardens versus Cavalier in the Caribbean Cup. Then I'll also be live for Alajuelense versus Comunicaciones in the Central American Cup and review that matchup 2 more games to go live for. 1 more review tonight. And then Friday we'll do Central American Cup semifinal play-in predictions, quarterfinal recap. But with that being said, up the Chelsea. What a performance. What a game. I'll see you later. I'm Ron and I'm out. Peace. Let's go. Let's go.